Hi, listeners, and welcome to week 5 of Mumble Rumble. So, we have been, in the first 4 episodes, we put two, I don't know how to say, we put 8 characters against each other, and then whoever won from those is now on to the next round, and this will be the first of 2 of the next rounds, and then we'll have the final round to find the winner. That was horrible.
No, you nailed it. Exactly it. We put 8 movie villains against each other. We have got 4 winners from the first round, and then they're going up against each other for the second round, just as you said.
Yes. Oh my god.
Not our best work, but it's okay. Keeping it in.
Whatever.
Keeping it in. All right, so who quickly run through the winners of the first 4 rounds.
Okay, so the first one we had Voldemort versus Regina George, and Voldemort won. Mm-hmm. We had the Joker versus Maleficent, which the Joker won. We had T-1000 versus Darth Vader, and T-1000 won. And then the last one we had Wicked Witch versus Hannibal, and the Wicked Witch won. So this week we'll be doing Voldemort versus T-1000.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, listeners, for getting back to us last week, letting us know the Wicked Witch won. I was a bit disappointed. I still feel like Hannibal should have come out victor, but you guys got to decide, so there we go. Yep. So today I will be being in charge of the T-1000 from Terminator to Judgment Day, specifically. Yeah.
Yes.
One of them. I just cut out the right one, cut out the wrong one. And you will be in charge of
Voldemort.
Ooh, that's quite good, because you're more of a fan of Voldemort than I am, and I'm more of a fan of T-1000 than you are. I don't think you've even seen Terminator, so have you?
I have not. No.
Perfect.
Maybe one of them, 1 or 2. Definitely not the one from this guy's.
We can totally just lie to each other about these things, but we should both have some information from the first one, so we can use that to our advantage and disadvantage, which will be quite good. Mm-hmm. And our categories: we have level of evil or level of villainy, motivation, fighting ability, durability, and their X factor, which has been a bit of a decide in the last couple. So we'll see if it's the same today. So who's going to go first? Yep. Scissors, stone, paper?
Sure.
All right. 1, 2, 3, rock. Oh, both went rock.
I did rock too.
Okay. And again. 1, 2, 3, scissors.
Paper.
Okay. Well,
okay, so you won.
I win, so I'll go first. Level of evil. So I'm going with the T-1000. You'll remember him as the non-Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator from Judgment Day, T2. So this is where he fell down a little bit in the first episode, because he's a machine who's programmed by Skynet and has been given directives to kill John Connor, and that's pretty much all he's there for. He's like. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty? So there's Rick and Morty, and in one episode Rick creates a robot that helps provide butter. So the robot just walks to the end of the table and has butter on his back, and then at one point the kind of robot asks Morty, what's the point of existence? And then Morty tells him, basically, that's your point, to give me butter and to leave. And then the robot gets all sad. Anyway, I don't know why I went on a tangent, but essentially that's what the T-1000's like. He's got one job. However, that is just to kill. This is a creature that's only one operation, only one directive is to kill a young boy. And with killing that young boy, it means he essentially will be the ignition or the igniting the death of all humanity. So what more evil can you get than one entity, not even knowing what it's doing really, that's going to kill one person? It'll kill the entire human race. That's pretty evil.
Evil-ish.
No. He's essentially trying to kill the whole human race, just unknowingly. Maybe semi-knowingly.
Yeah.
A little knowingly.
Unknowingly, just because he's following directions.
He's got a little bit of AI, so he can learn that he's doing that and can still continue because it's his directions.
So what would you put his number at?
A solid 7, maybe?
All right.
Yeah, around 7.
Okay. So, Voldemort, he is very evil. Is very evil. He wants to kill off an entire part of a race. Just because they're different from him. So he wants to destroy the Muggle world, the non-magical world, because he sees them as lesser, because they are different than him. And that makes them evil. And he's willing to kill anybody who gets in his way, whether they are magical or non-magical.
But is that how evil is? Is it more evil to destroy a whole race or half a race?
It's more evil to destroy any race, but to choose to do so, not be told to do so.
True, but he doesn't do it all himself. He gets other people to do it for him, so he's not technically doing it.
But he's the mastermind behind it. If we were debating Skynet versus Voldemort,
okay,
then we might be on the same
how
level.
How many
but
people in the Harry Potter movies and books, how many people does Voldemort kill? I think the tally may be at 0.
No, he kills a lot.
Who does he kill? Any named people?
Are we really going to do this?
Well, has it got spoilers?
Lily and James Potter. It does have spoilers.
Technically, that wasn't in the movie. We just heard about it afterwards. And technically,
it wasn't in the movie. It was in movie 1.
Did Lily not sacrifice herself, so he didn't actually kill her?
It was a spell that killed her, yes.
I don't think it was. I think she sacrificed herself.
He killed a lot of people. He killed lots of people prior to the whole Harry Potter thing, during the wars or whatever. He killed multiple people who were trying to be against him. And he ordered the deaths of a lot of people. So he not only killed people himself, he had people kill people for him. And then he murdered more people throughout the books, but I don't want to give away too many spoilers. There's still people who haven't seen all the movies.
I'm a little bit dubious. I don't know. I don't ever remember seeing him kill anyone or reading, but then again, I never read past book 4, so I probably missed all the killing out. Well, the T-1000 kills at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 10 people. Yeah, that's about it. But if he had succeeded in his task, he would have killed billions of people. Where Voldemort may have only killed a handful.
Had he succeeded, he would have killed off the entire non-magical race.
Which is half of the human race, is it? Like how many percentage of people are magic?
I don't know, that's a really good question.
Like 15%? 25%?
I have no idea. I would say it's very small. So most of the human race would be killed off.
Okay, I guess that's so what level of evil is he at?
I say he would be an 8.5.
Oh, okay. Pretty evil. Mm-hmm. But why is he that evil? What's his motivation to do that though?
His motivation would be, well, he has spoilers. A couple of yes. This is a big spoiler one, guy.
This whole thing's gonna be spoilers, guys. Yeah. So we're not gonna spoil T2 very much, but we kind of just did a minute ago actually. But yeah, don't listen to this if you've not seen Harry Potter. In fact, you know what? Just no, never mind. You spoil it. Just spoil it. If you've not seen it by now and you're listening to this, why are you listening to it? Voldemort. You don't know who that is.
True.
Anyway, go.
Okay, so one of his motivations is his fear of death. So he wants to obtain immortality. And to do so, he has to split his soul. And, so immortality is one motivation. The other is to chase power. He had a bad childhood. He wants to be a ruler and to be a leader and to just be able to control his destiny because he wasn't able to control it very much during his childhood. So, power. And then to rule over the inferior race, which would be Muggles.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Is it not just the fact that Lily KB'd him, knocked him back? Is it not just because a girl didn't fancy him in high school, she picked some other boy, and therefore he went in a big tantrum and just hasn't grown out of it?
No, they were different grades. That's Snape.
Who was... I have no idea about Harry Potter. So why did he get angry?
Voldemort?
Yeah, why was he so mad?
Oh, he had a terrible childhood. His, parents, that was a big thing, and then he was in an orphanage, and then they treated him badly, and so his power started, to come about then. He started noticing them, and he was just a bad kid, and then Dumbledore tried to, take him under his wing and, help him channel that power to something good, and it just kept going downhill.
So he's basically just a wee moody git, because let's be honest, Harry Potter had just as bad, if not worse, life, and he turned out alright.
I don't know. I think that Voldemort's might have been a little...
his parents.
So did Voldemort.
And then he had to live under a set of stairs.
Voldemort had to live in an orphanage.
Got other kids around.
Harry had Dudley.
Exactly. He had Dudley. Okay, so his motivation is basically... Well, to be fair, that doesn't affect his motivation. His motivation still becomes power and to get rid of the Muggles.
Yeah.
Well, the T-1000's motivation is existence. Without its directive, it has no reason to exist. Now, what better reason is there to do anything than to exist. You know, if you don't have a point or meaning, and that's not knowing your meaning, if you don't have one, there is nothing. So due to him knowing that this is the only reason he exists and the only reason he is alive, he has to carry this out, and he will do anything and go through anything to complete this directive and complete this, because that's the only thing that's driving him. So whereas Voldemort may go off on a tangent, oh, he gets hungry, he wants some food, or oh, I don't know, I need to go to the toilet, oh, I need to get quick 8 hours sleep. Doesn't happen for the T-1000. He's just moving forward because he's motivated, because he needs to hit his directive, because he has no other meaning, no other reason for existence.
But is that really an existence?
Yes, 100%. It's like anything. It's like any bacteria or virus or any of these things. You have a directive, you have a motive. If it's to reproduce, if it's to do whatever, Voldemort is like, I'll get to it at some point. I'll do this a little bit, do that. I'll do this and that. You know, he's not fully motivated.
I think he is fully motivated, though. Everything he does is driven by.
Yeah, but he could survive without completing this task. He just chooses not to. Where my T-1000 would not survive without doing this. There is no survival without this. This is all there is.
Maybe.
Unless you're programmed to do otherwise. But you've not programmed to do otherwise, so that's his only program. As I said before, I think it's like a logic gate. Until he can tick that box yes and go down a different route, he's got to keep going, try and killing John Connor.
Alright.
So it's a different version of motivation.
Yeah.
Existence rather than actual feelings.
Yes.
Okay, listeners, again, this is going to be another one that you have to help us out with. So we've given you both level of evil and motivation. Your third group is fighting abilities. Now, let's hit me out with some Voldemort's fighting abilities.
Alright, so Voldemort has telekinesis.
Which is when you can move stuff?
Yes.
Similar to the Force?
Yes, I think so.
Can you move everything?
He can move... I think so. I think he can move most things.
Okay, just trying to get a baseline. Wasn't sure.
He can manipulate animals, so he can make them do whatever he wants to. It's not just snakes. Like he can also speak partial tongue, which is like communicating with snakes, but he can also make other animals do whatever he wants to as well. So snakes and other animals.
Okay, kind of good, but also kind of useless, but I'll get to that in a minute.
He is one of the most powerful wizards, so most wizards have to have a wand to perform magic, but he doesn't always have to. There's some things that he can do like without a wand. He can fly without a broom, and he can... Huh?
You can fly without a broom?
Yeah.
Huh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. He can do this thing where he like summons the dark mark, and that like puts it up in the sky and makes it burn everybody's tattoos, and then they all come to him to help. So if he ever needs an army, it's just like summon this dark mark and
just burns everyone with tattoos. That'd be like half of America right now.
Burns everybody with that tattoo. How
many wee gimpy kids have that tattoo probably now, do you think?
I have never looked into getting it. What? He also can apparate and disapparate, which means he can travel without a broom. It's kind of just like, it's not really, it kind of is teleportation. Your body just like disappears to one place and appears somewhere else, but they don't call it teleportation. He can perform the unforgivable curses.
Okay.
Which can kill people, make people, torture them, and then make them basically his puppets, do whatever he wants them to do. And he has the skill of I can never say this word. But it's basically where he can tell if you're lying when you're talking to him. And that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the T-1000s, and then I'm going to tell you why Voldemort is useless against them. Okay. The T-1000 has a very good understanding of martial arts. Mm-hmm. He's made of liquid metal, which I haven't mentioned yet. But he's made of liquid metal and therefore can form his body into a variety of different shapes, specifically blades of all sorts. He can control the use of other weapons using his liquid metal, being able to sort of go into them and control them. He can launch blades from his body, so like throwing knives. He can run up to about 40 miles an hour, and he can conceal weapons within his body. Along with that, he's extremely fast and extremely strong, due to him being made out of metal. And during things like punches and kicks and stuff, he does not feel anything from it. So it is just a relentless force. It's just a force, and there's no recoil, there's no effect to him. Along with that, with that combined with his motivation of continually moving forward, unless you stop him, he will keep coming for you. So if his directive is to kill Voldemort, he will come and destroy Voldemort at any means necessary. As long as he can get close to you, or within throwing knife distance, he's going to keep coming and destroy you, and Voldemort ain't going to stop him. And here's why. None of what you said affects him significantly. Telekinesis maybe, but I don't think any death curse is going to kill a machine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the machine will never lie, because there's no reason to lie. It's not going to be affected by fire, at least none that he'll be doing, or any of the other sort of magically flaff that affects muggles.
Would water affect it?
No. No water.
Fire doesn't affect it?
Fire at extremely high temperatures, which I don't believe Voldemort can...
So what can kill a machine?
Well, the only thing that kills this machine, well, we can talk about durability in a moment, is he gets dropped into a smelting, or an iron smelting, an iron forging place. So it's molten iron, which I'm not 100% sure, but it's quite a high degrees Celsius, which melts him and destroys his systems. That and acid, to be fair. Okay. Acid also destroys him. I think that's his main two weaknesses. So when it comes to fighting ability, he fights and he just keeps on coming. And yeah,
I think that Voldemort has more going for him for fighting ability, but T-1000 just doesn't stop. So
yeah, Voldemort would get tired and stuff.
I don't know. I think this one has to be left up. Well, all of them are being left up, but I think this one's going to be a hard one for
that's going to be a
our
hard
fans.
One. Because I'm sure there's going to be some people out there knowing more about Voldemort than we do. It's like, oh, but you could just use this spell. I was like, oh, I don't know. Okay, maybe not more than you. Yes, I know. Sure, okay, sorry. Especially people listening to this, there's 16 of them. But, yeah, T-1000 is relentless, strong, powerful, and which we're going to go into next. He's very durable, especially compared to Lord Voldemort's arsenal.
Okay.
So, I mentioned before, he's made out of molten metal. Mm-hmm. His body can melt and reconstruct, and it can also shapeshift. So anything of a similar mass, it can transform into, essentially, replicate. If any part of his body gets broken off, it has a 14-kilometer beacon, so if it's within 14 kilometer, it will just track and move back to its body. And if it isn't, it finds something it can camouflage to and just wait for the body to be back in that range. It can camouflage, obviously, as I mentioned. It can be frozen solid, and as soon as it melts or cracks, it can reform itself. It can withstand bullets. Even though it can be temporarily disabled for them, it does reconstruct itself and keep coming. So it's pretty durable. And yeah, it's very hard to be stopped.
I think that Voldemort would find a way to hold it off for a little while he thought of a spell to create really hot something.
But how durable is he?
Durable. Well,
like if I threw one knife at him,
well, he would stop it.
I'm pretty sure there was 7 books where he wasn't very durable.
So Voldemort's soul is divided into 7 pieces. So he has he's like a cat. He has, instead of 9 lives, he has 7 before he. But he's never
fully powerful without them, right? What
do you mean?
Like if one breaks away, does he lose a 7th of his power?
Not really of his power, but he definitely feels it for that time. He definitely feels it when it's broken. But it's not just like you throw a knife and that's one of him. It's you have to kill each individual of these Horcruxes, which was the whole journey of the last 3 books. And they have to be destroyed in different ways with something magical. So the T-1000 would have to find something a magical way to destroy these 7 Horcruxes that he's hidden all throughout the magical world in order to actually destroy Voldemort.
And are these magical things known?
What do you mean?
Who knows about them?
Well, originally just him and Dumbledore had an idea, but he wasn't 100% sure.
So who discovered them? Who found them all in the end?
Harry and Dumbledore.
And who's Harry?
The boy that Voldemort tried to kill and couldn't.
Yeah, and couldn't. So a wee teenage boy. And how smart was Harry Potter? Was he the smartest wizard?
He had the smartest wizard with him at all times.
Was he the smartest wizard?
Nope.
Huh. Was he the most powerful wizard?
No. But he had a lot of people.
Was he the bravest wizard?
He was pretty brave.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't the bravest, though, was he? Was he the strongest? Like, was he a big, powerful guy?
No.
Could he see without his glasses?
No.
Huh. Interesting, alright. And he found all 7 Horcruxes?
Yes.
And what did he do with those 7 Horcruxes?
He destroyed them.
Destroyed them all?
Well, he destroyed most of them, not all of them by himself.
Did he hashtag it? Did he put it online?
Yes.
Did he talk about it? So it's out there in the world. You should have said no, because that means Skynet knows about it. Cool. Okay. Just putting it out there. Very durable, if nobody knew about them. But if the world knows, it's good to know. No, I think... What magical things has to be used to kill them? Do you have to be able to use magic?
No.
Or is it just magical things?
It has to be magical things. Or you have to find a magical way to destroy it.
So can a human destroy these things?
If the human knew about magic and knew of a magical thing, then sure.
Okay, that's interesting. I wasn't sure if you had to know magic, like be magic.
I don't think so.
Okay. But that's still pretty durable. That's 7 things.
Mm-hmm.
And can these things can't be repaired or healed or anything, can they?
No.
Once they're done. And how okay, interesting.
So he's on his way to immortality, is basically.
Well, how does he become immortal?
Well, the Horcruxes are giving him pieces of immortality. So that's like, he's on his way to being...
I see, okay. Alright, that's a pretty good durable actually. That's actually a lot stronger than I thought when it comes to durability. Alright, last one, X Factor. What's Voldemort's X Factor? What's winning him this battle?
So I think it's the fact that he has these Horcruxes that give him some form of immortality. And also, the more he breaks his soul, it doesn't just have to be 7. The more he breaks his soul into these different Horcruxes, the more evil he becomes. The less human he becomes. So, he becomes more and more just bad. And then just also his brilliance and his wand skills, and he is, even though he's the most evil wizard, he is one of the most powerful wizards. So
okay, I'll just get my X Factor and then we're going to add in an extra small round, which I'm just going to surprise on you for these last 3. My X Factor kind of goes back to what I mentioned before. He's very determined and has only like one gear, and that's one thing to do, and that's, in this case, destroy Voldemort. He's a shapeshifter, he has a long lifespan, and, as we know, he can time travel to a certain point in time to perform his tasks. Now, he can't travel back to the future, but he can travel back in time from a certain point in the future. So, with the knowledge that Voldemort is wanting to do these things, he goes back when he's Tom Riddle in his wee cave, writing his diary like a big gimp. He comes in, whoosh, knife through the head, gone. Tom Riddle no more. Just saying.
That means
Potential.
Skynet would have to know about the wizarding world, though.
It might do. I mean, someone's going to blog about it at some point. Maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe. I'm sure it could figure it out. Maybe. Alright, so that's my X Factor. Not going to say too much about it, but this last one, I want you to take us through what Voldemort does to kill the T-1000. Just like take me through like a last scene in the movie and how he destroys the T-1000.
Okay. So he creates this big lake of fire around, or he like pulls the T-1000 into this lake that has an island in the middle, and they're fighting. And then,
okay, so he takes him to a desert island. That's nice. Okay.
But there's water all around, and they're fighting. And then he zaps off the island because he can do that, and he makes this big lake of fire, molten hot fire.
How does he make that?
Hold on, new idea. They're in a volcano.
What are you saying? So Voldemort's just living at a volcano. How's he carrying out his tasks?
Well, he just draws him there, and then they're at a volcano, and he does a spell where he moves him, and he falls into the volcano and burns to death.
That's pretty efficient. All right. Well, mine was going to be, well, I pretty much just said in X Factor. He learns all about Skynet, learns all about the magical world in Voldemort, travels back. Tom Riddle's writing his diary, slice and dice him.
Which could also work.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a stalemate. I really don't know which one would win this one.
I don't either.
Like, the other ones I've had a good idea.
This one could go either way.
I think it should go... No, I don't want to say, because I don't want to sway any judgment here, but... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this one could go either way.
Voldemort not being able to use, like, killing curse and stuff makes it... You know, if he was a human...
Yeah.
It would be... Yeah, no question. But because it's a machine... because it's a machine.
Yep.
And made it of metal.
That's the hard part.
And
they're made out of metal.
How many I don't know many volcanoes in the Harry Potter universe, though. But then again, how would you teleport to a magical kingdom? Can you even do that? You know? And can you send metal through the different magical portals?
I don't know.
Like that? Does it need a life form? Man, we don't know. We'd have to ask J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
We'll at her when we put the podcast on.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to leave it up to you, listeners.
Yes.
You're going to have to come and let us know. Vote. Does the T-1000 terminate Voldemort? Or does Voldemort manage to...
Avada Kedavra, T-1000.
Manage to do that to the robot? We don't know. All right. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Next Mumble Rumble, which may be next week or the week after, we are going to have the Joker versus the Wicked Witch of the West. Mm-hmm. That should be interesting as well. Yeah, and then we'll see you at the final. Yep. The winner of this one and the winner of the next one. All right, well, in that case, I've been Liam.
And I'm Kayla.
And it's been MumbleCast.
Bye.